All right, in this part of the Unit 5B test review, I'm going to be taking a look at this section where we're performing operations that will include our imaginary numbers, and we put our answers in the form of a plus bi. So let's zoom in here. We're going to look at 8, 9, and 11. I'm going to start with number 8. So first of all, do pay attention to some of your parentheses. Just because we have parentheses doesn't mean we have multiplication. These terms are grouped. Now, they do follow this minus sign, so you could think of this as -1 minus these terms, but we need to be sure to distribute this minus to both of these terms because they're in that parentheses. So I'm just going to rewrite this one. That's going to be 3 minus 5i, and then minus 2 for that one. And then minus -i is going to be plus I, and that's a 1i. So we have some like terms here. We have 3 minus 2. Well, 3 minus 2 is just 1. Then we have a -5i plus a 1i, and that's going to be -4i. So that would be 1 minus 4i would be our answer. And again, it's in that a plus bi format. Okay, let's zoom in now at number 9. Now, I had mentioned in class that I wanted you to rewrite this one. And I wanted you to use these parentheses for the grouping because I wanted you to see what it looks like on a test question. So we have the 4 minus 3i in parentheses, and then minus -7 minus 3i. Again, we're going to have to distribute this minus to both of these terms. So I'm going to rewrite this one as 4 minus 3i, and then minus -7 is going to become plus 7. And then minus -3i is going to become plus 3i. So again, we have some like terms we need to consider. We have a 4 plus 7. Well, that's just 11. And then we have -3i plus 3i. Well, those are going to end up canceling. And your answer will be 11. Now, it's not likely that that canceling will necessarily happen on the test. But I did want you to see this problem where you're distributing that negative. It just happened to be that the i's canceled out in this one. Okay? All right, now let's zoom in on number 11. Now this one does have both terms in parentheses, and it's not separated with a plus or minus sign. So this is multiplication. So we're going to have to use the FOIL method, where we're multiplying the first terms, and then the outside terms, and then the inside terms, and the last terms. All right, so first things first, 4 times 8 is 32. And then 4 times 7i, that's positive 28i. And then we have a -1i times 8. That's minus 8i. And then we have a -1i times a 7i, and that's minus 7i squared. Be sure you pay attention to the fact that we have an I squared. And we got that because we multiplied I times I. That gives us I squared. Well, when you have an I squared is equal to -1. So we could just call that, that's multiply times -1. Well, you're multiplying the -7 times -1. So now I'm going to rewrite that as 32 plus 28i minus 8i, and then plus 7. I got the plus 7. I got the plus 7 from multiplying -7 times -1, positive 7. Well, now we also have some like terms that we need to be aware of. That's the plus 28i minus 8i. When we put those together, we have 32 plus 20i. Then we have this plus 7. Well, now we have the 32 plus 7. Well, that's just 39. So our answer is 39 plus 20i. All right, and that is a review of what it looks like to use operations with the imaginary numbers.